Hey guys, Foxdrop here. Hope you are having a wonderful evening or afternoon or morning, whatever it is where you're from. I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you're not having a wonderful day, maybe this will cheer you up. We've got some cool news here. Riot has just released the information for their mid-season. Let me move that to the side there. Those are my notes. The mid-season update that they're doing this year, guys. I don't know why Sejuani's picture is here. She's got nothing to do with it. But I'll link this page here in the description down below so you can read all this stuff for yourself. I'm not going to read it all out for you. I'm going to summarize the big stuff so you can know what's going on without any of the boring words on the screen. Who needs words? Ugh, words, disgusting. Just close your eyes, listen to what I'm about to say. So first things first, the first big change. The Rift Herald is getting not only a makeover, but a rework as well. She looks pretty cool here. And yes, it is a she. They say she down, sending her. It's a grill now, guys. It's a grill. They're changing the way the Rift Herald works. It no longer gives you a buff when you kill the Rift Herald in the same way that you killed it before. So it has that eye on the back. So it's the same mechanics for killing it, but it will drop an item. You pick the item up, it sits in your inventory, and when it's in your inventory, you get the empowered recall, like the Baron recall. And what happens is if you use this item that sits in your inventory, you summon the Rift Herald on your own team. It runs down the nearest lane and acts as a siege engine. It completely ignores everything else. I'm not sure if it ignores minions though, but it ignores champions for sure and just whacks down on towers. So basically they've changed the Rift Herald from being like a little buff that was like a little split pushing buff into a siege tool now. It seems really interesting, really cool. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say. It's pretty hard to kill as well, apparently, but it's damage that it deals, so it's sieging potential, it's sieging power, scales with like how much health it has, so if you can defend against it, if you can fight it, you will lessen its like pushing power, but still it looks to be like really interesting to say the least. Moving on, there are some tank updates here. 3 champions specifically, Sejuani, Zac, and Maokai. Pretty cool changes, honestly, across the board. At least I think they look pretty cool. Sejuani is the first one being changed. They're changing her passive now so that melee champions around her. I mean, we don't have all the details in this post here. They're kind of briefly explaining it. So I'm not sure exactly how these mechanics work, but from what I can gather by reading this, melee champions around her will apply like a brawn passive onto people, except they don't pop them after the stacks. Once these passives have been applied to champions, Sejuani can pop them with an ability to point and click stun the target. So melee champions around Sejuani will attack people, apply a passive, after a few stacks, Sejuani, boom, she stuns that target. That's the biggest change to her passive. Her ultimate's getting a change as well. It seems to be like you throw out the ulti, no longer stuns everyone that gets caught in the ulti, but you throw out the ulti and it like creates like a mix between a Trundle W and a Singed W. So you throw it out, instead of stunning everyone, it just creates a zone which has a massive slow when you stand in it, which seems pretty powerful in itself. Kind of similar, honestly, to the stun, but it just more like lets your team follow up and stuff. It seems pretty funky in that. There are a few minor changes as well, but those are the most interesting one. Outside of that, something I want to note as well, the wording on this post, they don't talk just about Sejuani, they talk about Bristle as well. Maybe hinting towards the fact that there might be like a dismount mechanic where you kind of got Bristle by himself. I don't know if that's true or not. That could just be because they want to talk about Bristle and, you know, role-playing nerds or whatever, but there might be a dismount mechanic. Not sure about that one. I would be surprised if there were, but maybe. Moving on here to Maokai. He's getting a few changes as well. Nothing too major outside of his ultimate, though. His passive is getting changed so that it's better versus casters. Basically mean the way it's working now that it work better against people that frequently cast abilities, kind of similar to how it does now, except not so much against people like the melee matchup. So he should be better against casters, not so much against the melees. And also the ultimate, which is the biggest change here, is he summons a wall of thorns. I don't know exactly how this is going to work. They say it's lane wide as well, which is pretty bloody wide. That slowly push forward and root the first champion that the thorns or the roots hit. I don't know how that's going to work. Thinking about that in theory, just a wall, like an Anivia wall of thorns moving forward and catching the first person they hit, like the whole lane width. That seems crazy to me. I don't bloody know how that's going to work. I can't fathom how that's going to work, but that seems absolutely insane. But it seems really cool as well. Zac, however, I think has the coolest change here, like legitimately amazing changes here for Zac. Crazy shit here. When you fire out your Q now on Zac, you stick onto a target, right? So you fire out your Q, boom, you're latched onto that target. And then when you auto attack something else, that you then stick onto as well. And then you go, boom, you clap together, your sticky hands come together and you smash the two targets into each other. That is a really, really cool mechanic in my opinion. Like pretty bonkers though. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to work, but that's essentially how it's going to work. It seems really, really awesome. His ultimate as well is getting a bit of a change too. You can hold it down now, or you can just tap it. So you can charge it up. If you don't charge it up, it will work exactly the same way as it works currently. I'm not quite sure if you can move around and bounce around, or whether it's just on the spot. But either way, it's similar to how it works now. But if you hold it down, you kind of grow as like a puddle, and then the people that are caught inside your puddle get squidged to the center when you finally do activate it after a few seconds, and then you can target somewhere and it will throw them out at that target. What the bloody hell is this about? I don't know. Seems really cool though. Like honestly, this Zac rework seems really amazing. You can guarantee I'm going to have some gameplays of these as soon as they come out, because holy shit, they seem really awesome. Now, some new changes are being introduced as well, some new items. I've already done a video about those, so I'll link to that down below in the description as well. I won't bore you with this one, but basically tank items are getting a rework. 2 new items are coming in as well, Adaptive Helm, Gargoyle, Stone Plate. Check out my video down below if you want to see that video we were talking about the items more in depth. There's some stuff here which isn't too exciting, but this one is really cool here. Support quests. Quests for your support items now. So your support items don't actually generate you any extra gold anymore. Well, they kind of do, but it doesn't go into your pocket. It contributes to completing your quest. Once you have a certain amount of gold generated by the item, your quest is complete. And when your quest is complete, you get certain bonuses. If you finish, like if you get enough Targons, stacks, you know, last hit things with Targons, get enough gold from that, you get a shield that regenerates out of combat. Spell thieves, you get tribute procs, grant a burst of move speed. So basically when you harass people, you get move speed. And the ancient coin, gain an elixir that instantly grants a skill point when consumed. Legit. Doesn't mean you can go beyond the 18 skill points total. It just means you get one early, basically. But if you get that early on into the game, that is massive. I don't quite know when you'll be finishing these quests, how much gold you need. Like, if you can get this to get an early level 6, for example, that would be crazy. If you complete the quest at, like, level 10, not as impactful. But still, they're also changing coin how it works. You don't get gold passively from enemy minions dying anymore. Whenever things are last hit by a champion that isn't you, there's a chance it will drop a coin on the floor, which you will then pick up. It gives you a little bit of health and mana, but essentially it contributes towards this quest, which is the important thing. A bit like Thresh Souls or something like that, right? But either way, that's all we want to say for this video, boys and girls. That pretty much covers all the most interesting changes. Like I say, I'll link to this post down below in the description if you want to read it for yourself. Get all of the details down. There aren't too many details. It's just more like an outline post than anything else. But still, thanks for watching the video, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed it. Cheeky thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to me if you want to see some more stuff. Well, like and like in this video, and most importantly, boys and girls, have a great day, and I will see you in my next.